Hey, so let's get started creating some projects and writing some code. In the previous session, we have created this function that's called list wallets, and we have chosen with OpenAPI. Actually, this with OpenAPI, what it does is it's adding the Swagger capability to this function so we can have documentations, okay? We are going to talk about that in details, but for now, to get this up and running, we need to install the package microsoft.azure.webjobs.extensions.webapi. So let's open NuGet packages and let's search for Microsoft.azure.webjobs.extensions. .OpenAPI. Here we go. Let's hit this one. Let's hit install. And right now, okay, let's hit okay. Awesome. So right now we should wait a second and this one will be removed. Okay, that's good. So right now if we run the project, we're going to see something interesting. Right now we have the Swagger available for us and we can basically manipulate that. We can, document every API we're going to create. So we have, as you have said, this is a real app. Maybe you want to integrate it with other stuff. So basically, right now we have documentation that we can follow, and especially after publishing this product online, we can, when we are developing the client side of things, so we will be able to reach out to the documentation to know what we can do. So as you can see, right now we have more functions than what I wanted, and that's basically because that library is installed and made some endpoints for us. And if I open up this one, if I go to the browser and I open this, right now you can see that the list wallets is available. The other function, which is the function one, is not available because it's not decorated with the required functions, with the required attributes. So this is just very quick to do so we can continue. This is what I'll be doing. So right now, let me create some projects. The first project I'll be creating is the shared project, which is a class library that will be shared between the client and the server. So let's pick class library, hit next, and I will call it expenses tracker.shared. Let's hit next and hit create. So this is the project. Here we have the default class that's being created. So let's delete this one. And this is the project where we are going to have our DTOs, and we're going to have our response models, responses, and we are going to have our validators because we are going to use Fluent validation, and the validator is going to be over here, validators. So we are going to set that over here. So this is the shared, and of course the functions will have a reference for the shared project. And nice. The other project that I want to create is I will create a project called expenses tracker.server.data, which is the data access layer. It's going to be basically a set of the models plus the repository that we are going to use in the application. So I will choose this class library and I will call it expenses. Expenses is a tricky word. I always spell it. So .server. Yeah, I already missed the name of the project. Okay, that's okay. We're going to resolve that. expenses tracker.server.data. I would call it .data because it's going to contain the data layers and the repositories that's required, which they are going to talk with the Cosmos DB. But you can implement any implementation because the functions are going to depend on abstraction for those. So you can, if you would like to go with SQL Server, it's okay. Just change the implementation of the data that's the repository, of that interfaces, and the same. I've called this server because it's going to be only existing on the server. So let's add also this reference over here. That's very good. And over here we'll have a folder called models. And okay, models. Now to create another folder called interfaces. interfaces, and we'll create another folder called Repositories, just like that. That's very good. Awesome. So let's just go ahead and fix the name of the solution, because actually it looks like I have broken some stuff. So let's call it expenses tracker. Yeah, just like that. Let's open the folder as well. Okay, all the projects called correctly, the solution called correctly, we just have this one. So let's call it expenses tracker. Okay, it's being in use. So I'll rename that after closing the project. So right now we have created, those projects are going to be our main focus. We are going to create another folder I will create another project to deal with some services that's going to write to the storage, and right from it we are going to have someone for communicating with the email service. But maybe I will put all of those within the Azure functions, because yeah, we will try multiple architectures, because right now, like, this is the second app I'm building using fully serverless. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm always trying new things just to say, okay, this is the right way to write the code, and this is what I would like to go. So for now, this is what we need. Right now, we are going to start writing some code by creating our first model, which is, if we go back to the expenses tracker, you can see we will start implementing those functionality. The first one is going to be list wallets, and it's going to read data from the Cosmos DB. We are going to add some wallets and then fetching them based on a specific user, and then we are going to implement that functionality over here. And of course, we need to inject those services and initialize the Azure function with the startup.cs, but we are very close to basically start seeing some stuff. Whenever everything is set up and correctly, everything is good, we created the first repository, we are going to move very fast, because we don't have any functionality that's really complicated, that requires a lot of thinking and a lot of steps. Like, they are all insert, update, delete. We are going to have some more functions that I have missed in the architecture, so this one is going to be updated, because we need to implement functions to retrieve the dashboard and the statistics, and many more. So this is what I've said, we are going to learn on the go. So that's good. Right now we are ready to start creating our first model and first interface. So I hope you are following correctly with this one, and you are getting the point that I have mentioned. And if you have any questions, feel free. That we have Discord server, so you can ask your questions over here. You can add suggestions, open discussions, or whatever. So basically, you can just you can stay closer for the project by following up, because yeah, it's going to be an interesting journey, hopefully for you too. And see you in the next one.